Amy, list it out. What did you win?
Well, I can proudly say I got myself 7 firsts, 5 seconds, 7 thirds and 3 champion sashes.
Oh, gosh.
Amy, did anyone else enter?
I know. You'd think not based on those numbers, but amazingly, yes. It was the first time I've ever entered any of my jams and sauces into any show like this, and I couldn't believe it. It was amazing.
What's your secret then?
Well, I don't know if I should tell you all of my secrets. So I plan on entering into the Ekka, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
So, and
I'm
Ekka,
kidding.
well, competition, I think entries close on Friday for the Ekka cookery classes. So like your jams and pickles and so on.
So you'd have to have them done by now, wouldn't you, Amy?
Well, no, you just got to have the actual applications done by now.
Okay, so the applications.
Drafted by now, just not cooked yet.
All
yeah.
right. When do you do that?
So when do I do the cooking? Well, when I was doing the Brookfield Show, I was frantically doing it a couple of days beforehand because we were in New Zealand the week before. So it was pretty hectic in my house.
So what are you going to put in the Ekka this year?
I'm going to enter in a couple of my jams and sauces because that's what I did at the Brookfield Show, and I have a jams and sauce business. But obviously they're all my recipes. But I guess as far as different tricks or tips to what to enter and how to enter it, I would say you just have to really look at the terms and conditions really carefully as far as what are your dates, when do you need to have them lodged by and dropped off. But most importantly, make sure you do the right size jar because they're very particular about making sure that your jars are within a certain milliliter size. And if you submit a jar that's too small, there's a high chance that they'll just completely disqualify that entry.
Even before tasting.
That's my understanding. I've never judged a competition before, but I think that's the number one rule is make sure you do the right jar, the right size jar. The other tip that I learned, because I did lots of Googling, obviously, and lots of research leading up to doing the Brookfield Show, the other big tip that I learned is make sure that you fill the bottle or the jar all the way to the top because the judges, when they take the lid off to taste it, they're only going to take a tiny little taste out, and then they put the lid on. And they want to be able to put that jar or bottle back on the shelf to put on display. So if you've only filled it up so that there's a 1 centimetre gap at the top, it doesn't look very nice on the shelf.
It doesn't either, Amy. Appreciate that advice after you cleaned up at the Brookfield Show and potentially looking to clean up at the Ekka as well. Those cookery entries, they close this Friday. More details on the Ekka website. News now, 7 o'clock.